There are many people out there who believe I have overstated the case about what is coming. They believe I'm simply attempting to sow division in our country. But I'm going to ask again, are you ready for what's coming? Guys, are you ready to live on a street corner with a little tin, hoping somebody might give you something to keep you alive for the next day or two? Ladies, are you ready to, well, I think I'll just leave that to your imagination about what survival might mean in this brave new world. I'm going to show more evidence for this today, that it's truly going to be about values. The map that I've shown on the right is not what I believe the future will be. It's what I believe already exists in reality. There are parts of this country that have no hope. That it's only a matter of time now. I've talked about the differences between the South, specifically Florida, and the North and the West. The West, I have kind of left alone, but there's an article out today that should, if it doesn't outrage you, there's probably no help. But it should outrage everyone. California values on display. You ready for this? 9 great apes get COVID-19 vaccinations at San Diego Zoo. Now think about that for just a moment. They have been trying to demonize Florida for vaccinating the elderly first. Sometimes the elderly live in areas that are higher income than other people. That's just a function of older retired folks. They've tried to make it seem as if the governor is trying to reward people who have given him financial favor. The plan is to vaccinate the most vulnerable first, meaning the elderly. That's following the science. California hasn't vaccinated their entire population. They haven't even vaccinated everyone who wants a vaccination. And they're already vaccinating apes at zoos. Meanwhile, Florida. Coronavirus cases plummet at Florida care facilities after vaccines. Tampa Bay case numbers have fallen to 1/5 of their peak in January. That's a drop of 80%. 80%. If they're only 1/5, meaning 20% of their peak. That's the difference between California and Florida. We are not the same nation. That's done. Our values are far more in line with the values we find in other places in the world here in the South than they are in line with anyone in the Northeast, in the West, even up in Michigan, Wisconsin, Minnesota, New North Korea. And make no mistake, they are going to be New North Korea for the simple fact people are abandoning the states, leaving property up for sale. The values of those properties are, pardon me for 1 second. Sorry about that. We're still fighting allergies here in Florida. Property values in the Midwest and the Northeast are collapsing. Guess who is going to swoop in and buy up that property? That's right, the Chinese. Meanwhile, in the South, property values are skyrocketing. Credit ratings are skyrocketing. We're going to be all right. It's not going to be easy, but we're going to be all right. I don't know in what bizarre world Californians are living. And look, if you don't want the vaccine, there's not a single state in the union that has mandated it. including Florida. And that's fine. Do what you will. But there are people in California who would like access to getting vaccinated. And that is their right as well. They have as much of a right to get it as you to not. But this is what California has chosen to do in San Diego. That this isn't getting reported everywhere, that it's not being shared everywhere, shows you that they know this is a bad decision. Very difficult to find this story about Florida, about the cases plummeting, how we are slowly defeating this issue and doing it the right way, doing it the way that follows the science, which is totally ironic since the people on the left see science as their God, science as their religion, until it interferes with their political aspirations. Then they want it to be all about emotions. And like I said, and I'll leave with this, this map is not what I think the future is. It's reality. It's absolutely reality. Wait till this summer, guys. Just wait. You think last summer was bad? Governments don't act like people do. And I know that's kind of a general statement. But what I mean by that is they collect tax revenue in one year to spend the next. Meaning last year, 2020, the money they had to spend, they earned in 2019. That's how they do budgets. Well, guess what? All those states last year that all stayed all shut down all through 2020, their budgets are trash. And that's going to come to a head here this summer. Those of us who decided to go forward, reopen, stay open, like the governor of Florida has announced, we have a surplus of revenue. We far exceeded our estimates. When the anniversary of the events of last May come, there's going to be a problem in the north because they don't have the security personnel. They don't have the police forces anymore. They're gone. And that's why I led with the picture I did. I know it's a very stark, very frightening picture, but it is the reality of what is coming. And many have said, oh, I can't just pick up and leave to Florida. Can you do this? Can you pick up and leave to Georgia? Can you pick up and leave to Mississippi or Alabama or Texas or Louisiana? Just to get out of the north. It's really kind of probably piling on a little bit because millions have already seen this. You should see what's happening in our state. It is amazing. My neighborhood sounds like a construction zone literally every day. Houses going up, businesses starting up, economic activity, life like normal. And yeah, there are people wearing masks. But if you think that's the worst thing that's coming, just wait. Just wait, especially y'all out on the West Coast. Because the people you have in government have no business being in government. The Northwest, the Central North, Midwest, and the Northeast are all going to be puppets of China very, very soon. I know you think they already are. Oh, but just wait. Just wait till it comes down to just simple food imports. Being able to just go out and do normal everyday activities are going to require their involvement. It isn't that way now, but it's very shortly going to be. So I will humbly ask again, if you have it in your ability to get out, get out. I know there are a lot of good conservative people up in these states that I've referenced. It's a lost cause. You have to believe me on this. It is a lost cause. Conservatives will never govern Pennsylvania ever again. Conservatives will never govern Michigan or Wisconsin or Minnesota again. Not until after they collapse completely and a complete reset is done. And if you're not able to stick around for that amount of time, which is going to be decades, your best bet is to get out. We would love to have you. There's plenty of room. So I will leave it there. God bless y'all. Pray for each other. Like, share, subscribe, and we'll see you next time.